All right, y'all. This is part 2 of a non-vote in the city of Gary, or a vote for the incumbent, means that you want to see continued decline in the city of Gary. And I'm gonna tell you, I've made my decision, and quite frankly, I'm going past IUN. This is 35th and Harrison, and I'm gonna turn left and hit Broadway. But you know, and I just sat in the IUN parking lot in part 1, and you can see just all the people who are coming that don't live in the city, that's going to school at IUN. But we have nothing around the city to catch any one of their dollars. We gotta see economic growth. You want to see something change? Hell, when Lake Station is looking better than Gary or Hammond or East Chicago, they you know, all around the city, all the surrounding cities around Gary is growing, not declining, growing. If you want to see growth, the people, like I talked about, the people who have left Gary for better education for their child, or send their kids to a different school. They pay money to send their kids to Munster or Chesterton or Portage or Maryville or Crown Point or Lake Central. This is Gary, Indiana. This is Broadway, 35th going south. And I'm gonna go to 53rd with this, because I'm on my way to the only black-owned gas station in the city of Gary, All Stars on like 52nd. But this is what we see. This is not the city that I grew up in. And I'm sorry, I don't normally get into the politics and tell people who I'm voting for. Normally I tell them none of, you know, any, mini, miny, mo. But you know, this is crazy. A lot of us have moved outside of the city. You know, a lot of people my age, 42, 43, 45, in the 40s and 30s, have moved to Portage, to Maryville, to Crown Point, to Munster, we've moved. I mean, and why do you move? Yeah, we don't want to live out there. We would like to live in the city we were born and raised in, like other people. But we've moved because look at these buildings. I urge y'all to drive down. If you haven't seen Gary, if you living outside this place, call the people that you know that still live here and tell them they need to at least listen to Sysmith or go vote for him. Get a guy a shot. I know he ain't a Democratic nominee, but you know what? What does that mean? Does that mean, you know, continued decline? At the very least, you know, if he, and I'm gonna say this, if he doesn't win, he needs to get a whole lot of votes. What Karen needs to realize that, you know what, and they need to put these Democrats on notice that you will no longer, or the Republican is, yeah, I mean, the Republican candidate is good too, Charles Smith. But I'm telling you, no longer, put them on notice, no longer that you're gonna be, you know, your vote is guaranteed. She's not even campaigning. There's an election. There's another election. There's another election, another time to vote on November 3rd. You can still early vote too, I think at the Genesis Center. Maybe too at the Lake County building. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure you can call or Google it. You know, here's this city. This is the city that we was born and raised in. Look at all the abandoned businesses. Look at the main corridor. Look how it looks. Another thing that somebody brought up was why is it so dark at night? Where are the street lights at? This is the city that you all grew up in. This is the city that I grew up in. I was born in 1972. It didn't look like this. And this is the Glen Park section. I'm just passing, you know, 47th Avenue. This is crazy. But this is what Democrats have done to our city. Because that's what y'all say, oh, they Democratic, let's put them in. The hell with that. Who wants to be part of, I never joined a gang. I don't want to be part of the blue gang. What's that, Crips in LA? Or the red gang, the Republicans? The Bloods? I was taught to think for myself. And I know one thing, I don't see no construction trucks. That means there's no growth. But everywhere I go, Atlanta, San Antonio, Dallas, Seattle, Nashville, Indianapolis, even Detroit's even growing. They're starting to make some moves. Where's the moves here? Voting Democratic, straight Democratic. You can still vote for your councilman and this, that, and the other, but you know what? Voting straight Democrat is giving your vote away so that this can continue. Because they don't give a shit. They only care about themselves. Now, I'm about to go to the only black gas station in Gary, and I made sure that I drove 50-something blocks to get there. Because I'd rather give them my money. At least I know this guy stays in the city. This is what we continuously do. When are we going to stop doing it? When? I don't know. All Stars is the name of it. All Stars. Peace, y'all. Go and check out friendsofsysmith.com. Find them on Facebook. You know, set up a meeting. Go to one of the meetings. It's a mayoral candidate forum and thing on Saturday. I think that's the 31st at IUN at 10 a.m. Peace, y'all. Go to youtube.com/BFHS network and see the other parts. Peace.